Make sure you stay until the end. It could be really easy fix. Do not waste your money until you watch that video. We'll try to save you quite a bit of money. P0301, so you may have 301, 302, 303, 304, 5, 6. The last digit of the code corresponds to the cylinder number. Those misfires can be caused by multiple things. One of those things could be, of course, guys, bad spark plugs, ignition coils, fuel injectors, but it could be something else too. You need to verify, see if you have oxygen sensor codes. Bad oxygen sensor can cause these codes quite easy. For instance, we have them, but not just oxygen sensors. We'll talk how we can test them, but if we lost communication with different modules, that leads to something else. A problem not directly related to misfire that can cause misfire. Let's explain what it is. You will be shocked. It could be quite easy fix. Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair, guys. Super quick, helpful video to any of you having a Maserati. It could be multiple models, guys. If you have misfire codes, anything from P0301 to P0306 for 6-cylinder engine, 8-cylinder engine might have up to P0308. Stay with us, we'll explain what can easily cause that. 3 things you need to check that actually people ignore that can easily cause that as well, guys. So do not waste your money until you watch that video. We'll try to save you quite a bit of money. Before we start, guys, let us tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We show you how to fix engines, transmissions, bodywork, engines, computers, electrical components, fuses, relays. Why we guys do that? To save you as much money as we can. All we need, guys, in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making and providing these videos for free. And check out our YouTube channels. We have more than 17,000 free repair videos that can save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. So let's start on it now. So guys, when you see that code P0301 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so forth, guys, what can trigger that? Multiple things. What you want to check first, guys, before we even start the diagnostics, your car battery. Car battery that starts the vehicle doesn't mean that it's a good battery. These guys, newer vehicles, these Maseratis have sometimes up to 40 different computers in them. These computers communicate with each other and they need stable current, okay, for the CAN system, K-CAN and all that stuff to communicate correctly. If the battery is weak, it can cause loss in signal, bad signal, and that can cause multiple codes. Because of a weak battery, that Maserati at one point had close to 30 codes stored in all different computers. So first thing, test the battery. Next, let's go ahead, scan the system and explain what else you need to do. So let's turn the light on the camera quick, guys. I want to show you now. We just got that battery out of that Maserati. Even though it's not old at all, okay, I want to show you what happened here. The car starts every time. Exactly, okay, right on the spot, no problems. But that battery, guys, okay, we actually charged it here. And when it sits, now it's 12.72 volts, but after you let it sit, and let's say you drive the car, you park it, and 1 hour later you check the voltage, it's anywhere between 11.8 and 12.12, which shouldn't be that way after long drives. Now, if we scan that battery out of the vehicle, okay, and if we do it after charge, because we charged it, it's actually AGM flat plate battery, and that one is 1000. Okay, code cranking amps. Let's see what's going to happen now here. Okay, it's going now, right? Good battery, it says 855. But the thing about that battery, guys, okay, is that when it sits for an hour, it drops to about 600 code cranking amps, and that's when things start going bad. Okay, so even though it says good battery now, okay, let it sit overnight. Check it the next morning, because you will be surprised. A bad battery can affect these vehicles in multiple ways, because unstable voltage can cause quite a bit of troubles. We've seen people spending thousands of dollars on modules, computers, repairs they actually don't even need. Always start with the battery, charge it, let it sit one night, retest it again and see what happens, guys. So guys, what we're doing here, we're going to get the X2 now. This is amazing scanner, by the way. If you want to see where you can get it from, we'll share the information in the description of the video below. So we need to find the OBD port on that Maserati. If you have Levante, Ghibli, quadruport, I think they call it, quadruport to some people, right here, guys. Okay, we're going to come and connect the OBD port. Check it out now. Okay, you can actually even see the voltage, a little bit low voltage here, which is not a good sign. we'll recommend, guys, if you have low voltage, okay, never do diagnostics and programming or anything like that. Have actually, guys, charger connected to the battery. I turn the lights off. I want to see the voltage. It's still unstable. It's at 11.8 volts. So definitely not good, guys. What we need to do now, we're going to turn the ignition switch on, okay, to the run position, but do not press the brake pedal. That way the car will not start. You have the lights on only, okay. Wow, that Sabia interior looks amazing, guys, in the camera. It makes me so happy. So here we're going to click VIN, I'll scan. I'm going to turn all the fans down. We don't need fan. Okay, let me make sure that the radio is off, everything is perfect. And now once it connects, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to ask us exactly a few more questions about the vehicle. It may ask you to confirm the model, for instance Levante 2017. Okay, we're going to go to system selection, and we're going to have quite a few low voltage codes. So here we're going to select the V6, okay, engine, the gasoline engine, and we're going to read the trouble codes. So what do we have here now, guys? Okay, O2 sensor, you can see O2 sensor P0339, that's the code, and P0342. So 2 oxygen sensors are not working correctly, as you can see right here, guys. And we have automatically misfire on cylinder 1, 2 and 3 due to that as well. So let's talk, okay, what else can cause that now. So let me show you now, read trouble codes right here, guys. And now check this thing out, P0339, P0342, lost communication with brake system module. Okay, check these things now. U0101, lost communication with TCM, lost communication with electric gear shift module, start stop mode switch range performance. Okay, check all these codes, misfires. Okay, all that, guys, you will see what causes that. You will be surprised. Guys, right here, let's go ahead and talk about it now. We're going to go ahead and open the hood. You saw the codes, right? P0300, 301, 302, 303. But we also had, guys, okay, 2 other codes for upstream oxygen sensors and codes for lost communication. One thing about that car, that if you have a bad sensor, it can easily lose communication with other modules because the communication will be interrupted. Everything is kind of like in sequential order. And here I want to remove that cover. Okay, that's quite tight. Perfect, right there. Let me leave it on the side. Here, guys, we want to check something else. When you guys, okay, get those codes, always check the battery. And you see on every cylinder head you're going to have a ground wire right here. Okay, this ground wire will need to be inspected. Make sure it's clean, make sure it's tightened. We've seen where people leave that loose after working on the vehicle. You have one on the other side here as well. Check other ground wires in addition, guys, everywhere you see, because we've seen that caused by a loose wire. Now, if you want to see a video on our channel which cylinder is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 and 8 for 8-cylinder engine, we have that video. But for instance, that cylinder number 1, you will be surprised they don't go in order. But if you have that code P0301, if it's just one code, you would need to check the connection for the ignition coil itself, spark plug. Other things that can cause that is vacuum leak, upstream oxygen sensor, problem with fuel injector, clean, dirty or not working correctly, or flooding fuel injector can cause that as well. Lost compression, head gasket, multiple things. But in our case, what caused it, guys? It was a bad oxygen sensor. The oxygen sensor reads the amount of fuel and oxygen still in the exhaust manifold. As a result, it tells the engine computer how much fuel and oxygen it needs. And if it doesn't read correctly, it can starve the car for fuel or flood it. That's what happened to us. That's why we got cylinder 1, 2 and 3 misfire codes. Now, often when that happens, you're going to have P0300 as well, guys. But the first thing you want to check, okay, will be see if you have codes for other systems as well. For instance, our oxygen sensor is the one that triggered that code. Ignition codes, spark works, everything's fine. Okay, we replace those. Okay, we're going to clear the code and see if that fixes the problem now. Next, guys, all we have to do, okay, click clear codes, right? And the code's been cleared, so, okay, if we drive the car, we really read it, we won't have any trouble codes. Guys, we've been driving the car for a long time. We drove it for 2 days after we fixed all that. And we drove it fast, we drove it slow. It was hard to do that, but we still experimented in all kind of options. And it used to get these codes when kind of like you're going slow and you try to accelerate and the car was hesitating. So it was all due to a bad oxygen sensor. Always check to make sure you don't have other codes first. Clear the codes, drive the car. When you get check engine light, immediately scan the system and see, at a safe place of course, and see which code comes first. Ours first comes the oxygen sensor, and if we keep driving, then we get the misfire code. So don't assume anything bad. It could be quite simple fix. Hopefully guys, the video will be helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know, and see you guys next time.